Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the final game of the day. It's been a long one. It's been since 1 o'clock. Dignitas lost to Cognitive Prime. All they had to do was beat Cognitive Prime, and they would not be in this scenario. Instead, we now have Snipe battling Dig.
Yeah, it's been a long SPL for these teams, and to make it all the way here, to have the last matchup be a tiebreak between Dignitas and Snipe, I think Snipe is really looking to take this and move on to that third-place seed because it would validate them and all the work they've put in up until this point. They lost Xing. Xing was taken away from them and given to Dignitas. They put in a weekend and said, you know what, we're good. We still got this. And Dignitas struggled in the beginning, but they've been coming up strong. So you have pretty evenly matched teams here.
Yep. Now, the one thing that's a little bit interesting here already, taking a look at the picks and bans here, they are basically solely targeting Lassus. They're saying, Thor, you're out of there. Even though he struggled with Thor a lot in that previous game, they're just like, screw it, and Serket's gone. On the other side, Freya. No one wants to deal with Freya. She's a nightmare. And then Nuwa.
Nuwa banned away. Now,
it's a very European ban.
Well, it's also Jerby, right? Jerby has been playing a lot of Nuwa, playing very, very well.
No Girdle, though.
Yeah, that's right. Well, possibly. Girdle sometimes means go.
For
it's
Jerby.
the Ram Ra, the very common combo of double pick after the first one goes away. So Dignitas is going to be taking that one. Snipe still has 2 more selections to make here now. With the junglers so few and far between, I imagine they want to take a jungler in this Snipe. They have Snipe, so I would imagine Nemesis would be locked in here for weekend. He plays a fantastic Nemesis.
Or Arachne.
It worked.
He's 1-1.
He's 1-1.
He's 1-1 with her. And it looks like that's going to be a Giannis pickup. I haven't seen through space and time or an unstable vortex in forever.
Sure.
He's a high priority ban.
Yeah.
And plus now teams, like if you look at Cog Red, right, they start to really synergize around everyone. They're doing full team comps, and unless they go with a global decision, which is very hard to secure, Giannis doesn't fit in.
Well, Dignitas even had that one win when they were 4v5 and still won because of the Giannis ultimate. The portals have such grand implications in the lineup here. This is a Lassus ban. Jesus. Thor, Serket, Bastet. All Lassus' characters. They're saying, Lassus, you're done. What is he going to pick after this?
I think They're
going to grab Nemesis here.
No. Okay, no. This is the... Okay, Lassus, his baby. His baby mama. If he had one pick, it has to be Hunbots. Or Kali. Hunbots or Kali.
He did so well with.
Hunbots is so good. There's your Nemesis coming
Aphrodite,
in on Snipe.
Nemesis. It's got to be Hunbots. There it is. Hunbots. I would imagine they'd lock this in and just go right into the easy win. A lot of crit potential with infused strikes. Good ultimate. Spread everything out.
The
it's going to get rid of... Okay, so Kali, I mean, it's out there. I mean, they've been trying this a lot. It worked well for Anderson. Anderson had a great lineup last game. And...
Wow.
Welcome back, the Four-Winged Wonder. The Four-Winged Wonder. So Thanatos locked in again. His character is not having a good record so far on the SPL and the way he's been playing. I mean, it's hard.
It's as if they didn't watch the match where I said, first 25 minutes, he's in the top 5. Next 10 minutes, he's bottom 3.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's like this, though, right? North Americans are very aggressive, though. Looking at the team, you have Ra, you can do that. I mean, Vamana is definitely a very late-game-oriented god. So it's like, okay, there's him. Ra is good at all times, and so is Rom. So they could push it for early game, but I just don't see... I don't know what kind of pressure they can throw at Snipe. I mean, looking at Snipe, they're a very safe team, especially with Afro.
Well, I mean, they have a lot of protections, right? So Thanatos is going to try and execute someone. Kiki's going to protect him with the ultimate. Giannis is going to go inside of his portal when Thanatos lands down. They have a lot of mobility, especially with the Geb showing. I think with Aphrodite and Geb on Snipe, makes Thanatos that much worse of a pick here because the Geb shield, the healing, the knockback, the stun, the slow, the protection from Jerby as well on Giannis. Lassus is going to struggle here to find early footing because a lot of these characters are quite safe. You got Apollo as well who can dash through Thanatos, knock him up, slow him, increase his movement speed, and also give himself some protections to the follow-up Death Scythe. I think this is going to be a really difficult lineup for Thanatos.
Yeah, and I'm actually super excited to see the Afro. And it's actually the Afro deity. Love that skit. Little disco ball, chilling.
Well, at least we're not going to see the Bumba Thanatos that Kivo rocked out earlier. So we're looking for Death's Toll with physical power, health, attack speed, and some regeneration into boots as well. So it looks like he's rushing right into boots, and I like this. I think that there's two schools of thought with Thanatos in early game. Either you're looking to get aggressive, so you go like heavy hammer, you're getting their face, or you're saying, I'm going to farm for like 8 minutes. And then when the first fight breaks out, I'm going to just murder your whole family.
Yeah. Screw your family, man.
That's rude.
That's what you. Hey, I'm following.
I was
backing
talking
you.
about
I
the
back
God
my
family. I was talking about
co-caster.
your-
I support my co-caster.
But,
okay.
All right. Fine.
Okay. If you want to kill people,
I don't.
Whatever.
It was God people.
Okay. So 2 things that instantly stick out to me. 1, the Morning Star coming out first here for Shing,
Right.
running straight into it, and the breastplate coming out for Aphrodite. Give me the thought processes on this.
You know, honestly, right here, starting out with Shing, he's going up against an Aphrodite, which not very aggressive early, not really the one that looks for the kill. Just sit back, throw out your birds, hang out for a while, and look for the mid-game transition. So he's not feeling a whole lot of pressure from that. And he's also up against a Nemesis, which you can't slow Vamana inside of his clear the path. He's going to knock Nemesis up and get back to his tower. So he's feeling, I'm not really going to be pressured early on. There's not a whole lot of rotation possibilities. I think they're going to be more defensive, so why not capitalize on the fact that they're defensive by stacking up a Heartseeker?
Wouldn't a heavy hammer do the exact same thing in that situation, though?
If he wants to get aggressive, and I think he's looking for more damage. He may even possibly looking to get damage active and try to fill the void of the Thanatos in that mid-game, because Thanatos is going to be able to do a ton of damage until he hit 18 minutes. And at that point, that's when Vamana is going to come online, fully stacked Heartseeker, Warrior Tabi, possibly even some crit, and just get in their face.
Well, Lassus looking to hit that silence, misses everyone with that one. And look at the wave clear from these two, though. I mean, the thing that's tough for Kiki is that it's going to be a bit. He's probably not going to take his ultimate as soon as it comes up at level 5. He might get another stack in the birds just because the healing on the birds at that level is just insane.
Yeah.
So gives him a little bit more sustain as well, which is going to be a good thing. But I don't see any kill potential coming out anytime soon for them. But Afro, the back off, is going to be able to get a good separation between them, saving her life.
Damage on the left side pushes Derrick back to the tower. In the mid lane, Jerby having a lot of trouble against Ra, which is pretty customary. You're going to see Jerby get pushed back, and the heal makes it very difficult. See, Lassus invading the enemy jungle here. Damage off has yet to be picked up. They're going to go for the back Harpy. Should be able to clear this out before they get over, but on his way, he's weakened.
This might be a big rotation. Jerby, if he comes through here, which he should be able to, he's actually going to give up completely, so Lass is able to take those back Harpies and get through there. Will Nemesis decide to come in on Nah? And I think they're just going to go for a little bit of camp splitting. The wave's going to be pushed. They could easily both go and share the speed buff as well.
Well, maybe. Yeah. I mean, it's over there. Lass is coming in the mid lane. Look for the Death Scythe. Going to field goal that between the two of them. Taking damage from that unstable vortex, and they will be backing off. Into the portal he goes. We can make go for this. Had the opportunity, not going to draw for it. That heal makes things hard.
It makes it very hard. Unstable vortex here. Weaken's going to dash through. Slice and dice, waiting for it. Oh, the silence is going to come out from Lassus, and they're still alive. Sniped. Jerby just taking a little bit of damage there from Celestial Beam. Not a whole lot, and this is the big difference between Ra and every other mid. He can push waves, he can heal up, and then he can also come back here and split camps. It's huge.
What is Shing doing? He's just jumping. What are they doing? What is he doing?
Shing's like, hey, man. Hey, bro.
It's like a baby trying to reach the cookie jar on top of the fire. Just, uppy.
Hey.
Baby want to go uppy.
Well, I think he's just kind of mocking Kiki in the fact that he knows Kiki can't kill him. And as we look at it, yeah, he did actually skip over Undying Love. He's sticking with the Lovebirds.
Looks like Lass is looking to maybe invade on the movement speed buff. He's standing away from the movement mid camps here. We're seeing over a lot of pings coming out from Snipe, recognizing that he might be there. They're not going to go over as they do now see him in the mid lane. Left camp is spotting here in just about 10 seconds or so.
This
should
is the
be
big rotation.
But not much in place here for Snipe.
Yeah, well, the big thing is you can just kind of tell Dignitas pushing that long lane all the way up, so they have a much clearer path to the mid Harpies. They're going to force Jerby and Weaken out of here, which now means Incon is going to be very, very late. But there is a possibility of a humongous engagement here on the right Harpies as Weaken's going to spot Shing.
Lass up.
Oh, Lass is up in the air. Where's he going to land?
Look for the dunk, gonna miss it there. Weekend. Searing Pain gonna come through. Weekend pretty low here. The shield will fall off shortly. Do they have the distance? Giannis ult hitting Lass is forced away. Portal on the ground here. Needs unstable vortex. Gonna hit it. Doesn't have enough damage to follow up. He is still standing. Here comes the baby. Derrick is there as well. And that is gonna be end of the engagement. No kills.
No kills. A lot of ultimates burned, especially on the side of Snipe. They had 4 down there as Apollo just got his, and Apollo's doing, or He's doing a good job just sitting here. I mean, that's a very hard matchup with the Rom taking on Apollo, which is why Rom got nerfed.
Yeah, so
his wave clear is just silly.
Well, his ultimate is what it took the hit. I mean, his ultimate
yeah, no.
did way too much damage and still doing too much damage right now. But, you know, it really comes down to how you implement it. And I think right now, Dignitas is kind of leaning on the fact that the gold isn't that big. Now, they have currently a slight lead, 300 gold and 1,200 experience. Snipe feeling the pressure right now, but they haven't really gained anything substantial yet. So they're still playing their cards safely. They're still, you know, looking at the flop and seeing, is this something that they want to go for or not? Because if they make a big mistake here and turn around, they're sitting on a Thanatos that can't come back.
Yep, well, Aphrodite had 1,500 gold in pocket. She's going to get level 2 boots, a couple wards, and also get the silver breastplate, giving her some much more added protections. But his allied... Allied almost getting hit by Dare to Care there, and now Incon's just going to kind of box these guys out. He doesn't want to get caught here. Granted, he is Geb, so he's naturally automatically safe.
Back to the tower he goes. Going to hold the tower lane until we see a rotation back from Allied. Right now, the blue buff is being contested on the solo lane by Lass and Xing. Kiki and Weekend are standing tall.
Big scythe.
Is that a sentry ward right there? Looks like it's not. Just double wards. They have their wards in front of the blue buff on the other side. Going to come back around and grab it. Did you say Gandhi ward?
Yeah, it's basically awful wards that you stack on or you never use.
Oh,
so that's like my thing.
Oh.
I like buy wards and I never use them.
Lass is up in the air, very low on HP. Does he try to go for the ultimate? Jerb's trying to go for it. Doesn't hit. He's going to go and get it. He snipes it on top of the tower. Jerb takes the shot and gets it.
Wow. Who says Jerb don't hit ults? That's a big one, too, especially in this game.
One. You know Lass is mad.
Oh, he's furious. But this seems to be like the exact recipe to beating Dig. Get first blood, especially if it's on Lassus, have their emotions crumble, and then abuse them for it. That's really like it.
Yeah.
They're such emotional players.
They really are, and they're going to take this one to heart, especially given that it's Thanatos. And you know, as casters, as viewers, we all have very strong opinions about Thanatos, and we have a lot of, opinionated direction toward him as well. So a lot of times when Thanatos gets picked, he's under a lot of duress and scrutiny from everyone watching. And so when you get first blood on your team as Thanatos, when they may or may not have wanted you to go Thanatos in the first place, you're going to get a lot of pressure. Oh, left lane. Zapman dropping low. Does he go for it? He doesn't.
Oh, Weekend just got the steal on the right Harpies. That was an amazing play by him. Jerby rotates over. You have Aphrodite there, and you can just tell by the ward coverage of Snipe. They have spent a lot of money on wards, and for a good reason. They are keeping Aphrodite safe. Look at her. She's got full mana. She's got full health, and she is just crushing this lane.
Allied popped the ultimate trying to get the kill onto Zapman, but right as he was about to land down, Zapman went up into the air, and so Allied jumped back away. Dare to Care belly flop, Incon Geb shield, Shockwave coming through. There it goes, and Toxic coming up, Allied dropping low, out of mana, pops the Serenade to get the physical protection from that one, and that was going to be it. But let's go ahead and check out the first blood shot here on Elastus in the right lane. Now, he went up into the air as he took damage from Kiki and decided, I need to get out of the fight, and so he goes towards the tower, but Jerby takes that intuition to heart and says, can I actually make this shot? We know he's going to tower, but where will he be?
Yeah, and look at this. He saw him in the air. He's like, you know what? You only live once, and he just leads it perfectly. He probably screamed in excitement. I hope he was locally recording his commentary there. Like his player comms, just so I could hear that reaction.
Speed move!
Take that, Lassus!
That is a shot.
We were just hanging out at your house a couple weeks ago.
Speaking of Lass, he's in enemy territory here, sitting on top of some wards around him. Interesting ward spot here.
He's taken to the sky as well, so where is he going to go? He jumps in on Jerby.
Nice play.
Jerby's just going to get destroyed. Searing Pain mixed with Hovering Death equals death. Meanwhile, on the left side, Incon and Weekend trying to work together. Zapman's able to get away. Very safe player Zapman is. That's the thing about Zapman. He's either in amazing spots or he's getting caught.
Right.
Like, there's, no in-between. And as soon as he finds that in-between, he's going to be just as good, if not better, than Barracuda.
Nemesis coming through the movement speed buff here that will be standing up shortly, so we'll be moving over. The right damage buff is up as well, and Allied's doing a fantastic job in this lane. Checking at the numbers, you can see Allied's sitting at 4,300, and Zapman's going to be sitting at 44. So just barely behind him, although they did get that early first blood, of course. So now back to his tower he goes. Look at the animization. We're going to see a Breastplate of Valor coming out shortly here from Kiki or Na, physical protection and CDR.
Now, Kiki actually decided to go with pen boots instead of CDR boots on Afro, which we normally see vice versa. I guess that's just because of the breastplate.
Yeah, honestly, and CDR is a little bit easier to come by than penetration for a mage. I mean, a lot of times you have to go for a spear to get early penetration, which doesn't make too much of a difference. And then, of course, you have the helm, which is cheap, and you end up selling it later with a small amount of flat penetration on it. So sometimes it's better just to get the boots and really hold on to it. As Shane takes some damage there from Kiki.
Those birds are no joke, man.
Oh, it's rough.
Nope. Left Harpies are going to be coming up here. Are we going to see Lasses make a play? They're going to be in the mid. Weekend's going to be coming on the back. That's the player you want to watch. Afro is going to be getting ready for the rotation. This is building up. Nas going to be in a lot of trouble here. He's going to get knocked up. Down one portal, and down he goes. Good play by the guys in Snipe.
Popping the Giannis ultimate going over to the right camp, of course, not going to be there. Now moving over to the right side of the map, nothing there either. The Allied and Zapman war continues. Allied gets a little bit less of the damage he would want.
Hey.
Zapman getting the shots in. The Allied looking for the kill, can't find it. So beautiful. Weekend is here. He uses his dash. He's got nowhere to go. Pops his ultimate, trying to finish him off here. Allied's got to put the juke shoes on. Where are the juke shoes? Needs to put it down. Avoids it with the Geb shield, and now he's in a lot of trouble.
Yep. Oh, by the way, hello, Jerby. How goes things today? I was just trying to escape. My name is Zapman. Zapman, he's actually still alive somehow, and Jerby just trying to catch up. Weekend should be able to clean him up. Lassus, he's out of here. He doesn't want any piece of this. Dare to Care is going to kind of jump in, but he actually comes crashing back down on Weekend, and now he actually takes and makes the Gold Fury attack. Dare to Care. Dare to Care might die from this.
Weekend taking shots as well. The Intoxicate's still ticking down. They are drunk for a few more seconds. If only it wore off that quickly in real life. They're going to be running over into the left side area to clear out the wave. The Gold Fury is still standing. Neither team really wants it right now, but you can see that Dignitas is really putting their foot down with a lot of aggression. But here's the issue, Gundy. They're not getting the gold because of it.
Yep, they're not getting any gold because of it. As we take a look at the stats, I mean, it's only 1,000 gold difference and 1,000 XP difference, but that's going to start adding up if they aren't very careful. And looking at the player damage, Nemesis and Apollo leading the way, Allied doing an exceptional job, as Lassus is hitting these sites, but there's no follow-up. And that's the problem.
It's very difficult. And he also went for Ninja Tabi, which, it's a build that I don't like. I mean, CDR and Thanatos definitely reinforces the late game fall off, right? Because you don't really have any damage or penetration to lean on. Kiki dropping some damage here, looking for Lassus, forcing him out of the fight. But look at those birds.
Dude, the birds are no joke, man. People forgot about Aphrodite. When I first started casting here in September, I never saw a single Aphrodite. And now it was like...
Oh, slice and dice. Lass in trouble, knocked up. One more will do it. There goes the kill. Lass is dashing away. The birds come on out. If someone releases doves at my wedding, I'm gonna scream like a little girl. No! Not the doves!
I don't want to die.
You may now kiss the bride. That stunned me.
Yeah, man. I hate screw doves.
Right? That's what you draw from this cast.
I want bats.
3-1. Oh, that's a Halloween skin right there.
That is a Halloween skin. Is it? Or did we just make that?
Let's make it happen.
Halloween skin. She releases bats.
How are your animating skills?
I'm like a 3-year-old with a box of crayons.
That's close enough. Well,
I'll get Enna to help it out.
Allied on the left side going against Zapman. The gold numbers seem pretty even here. 5,600 against the 5,700, so Zapman slightly, ever so slightly ahead, which helps him in the long run because Dignitas is losing the overall gold count. Weekend going to find a baby in the jungle, and being the irresponsible adult that he is, he's going to let it run back into the darkness.
Oh, look at Kiki. Just kisses him. He's like, you know what? Turn on him, man. Don't worry about it. Turn on him. Here comes Incon with a great rotation here. Dare to Care does have that. Lass is going to take up to this guy. And will Dare to Care go down here? Will they commit on him? You never want to do that, but it could happen. The heal is going to come there. It's going to be a complete disengage. It looks like they should be getting ready to go for this tower, though. Keep in mind, whatever happens here will result in hopefully a Gold Fury if anyone dies, as Allied not in a good position.
Well, the right side, Giannis is going deep, trying to find Lassus here. Lassus looks like he will survive in the meantime. Oh, nice shot from Batman. Going to find Allied in the mid-tower. Incon is rotating into full rollout mode. Rotation from Dignitas, looking to go for that Gold Fury. Can Snipe pull it together?
Well, this is going to be the group in here. They're on the right. Harpy, Shing's in a lot of trouble. The big baby doesn't even get Colossal Fury off down. He goes. Nas getting chased out by Kiki. Zapman has 2 in front of him. They're not going to go for it. They know Dare to Care is hiding in the back as Incon's going to be here. And look at Jerby just chasing him down. This is going to be hard to lock him up as he's going to get 1. And Incon's going to be going back. Nobody get the call out. He could have knocked him off.
Lass is taking tower shots. Not a good look into the portal. He goes. Actually, about 80% of his HP there was from the tower. That was a very greedy play, and he sacrificed his life to save a drunkard.
Yeah, I know, right?
The Guardian will survive with sacrifice of Thanatos. I'm not sure I like that play.
He's like the father from the show Shameless.
Oh, boy.
Have you ever seen that show?
I haven't.
Oh, it's really good.
I've seen the Gold
Oh,
Fury
the first
get attacked,
season.
though.
Yeah, and the Gold Fury is going to go in favor of Snipe. Snipe, all things considered, are controlling this game very, very well. 62, so Dignitas is doing a lot better here as Dare to Care is going to hop in. Snipe has got the Gold Fury, though, so Dare to Care will be taken out. The sustain from Kiki is amazing. Aphrodite is fantastic in every way, and she has no damage.
Healing's, well, I don't know about that.
Well,
Healing,
right now, like item.
right, yeah, no items, no damage items. I mean, it's all just utility. I mean, 2,300 healing is huge. 5,900 damage as well. I mean, look at the damage done. She's second, right below Weekend at 6,700. So huge amounts of damage plus 2,300 healing really makes it difficult for Dignitas to do anything of the assassination style. But then again, they do have more late game scaling. So Shing and Zapman really need to come online in the next 10 minutes and show what physical damage is about, because you know they seem to be countering Lassus and Na.
They do. And, you know, Lassus he really needs to find himself here. I think that's really, honestly, I am picturing them, like, listening to them, and all I'm hearing is, like, bickering. Like, that's all I can picture right now.
Yeah.
They seem to be a little bit off page.
They do, and, you know, it also means that a lot of it comes down to, it seems like Lass is kind of off a little bit today as well. We saw the last match getting picked too many times, but look for the fight, gonna find Zap, man, doesn't have the distance, death slide, body block slightly there, but they won't be able to get it. Up in the air goes Ally, look for the follow-up. Oh, I see Lassus landing on top right after. There goes the hit, there goes the silence, there goes the get.
Oh, the
keep him alive, he's still going. Lassus dropping low, he will fall to the damage of Jerby, and now they're pushing forward.
Jerby doing an excellent job in the back, doesn't need to drop a portal just yet. Weekend's gonna jump up there, there's the dash, Dare to Care, down you go, you are dead. He's going to be linked up, and now here comes Shing. Shing, you picked the wrong time to come in here. Colossal Fury is going to be here as well. Kiki knows he's not going to waste back off, and they don't even want to attack the baby because you can't attack him in big form.
Wow, now going to go down to Jerby's damage in the back. Now you see Incon by himself, and he will be destroyed when the Gep Shield falls off. Looking for Shing while the shield is active. Now for the follow-up, but can he get away? That's going to be fine. So actually, Incon survives. They take out Shing, and when it comes down to it, a deicide for Snipe, taking him out. Dig with 2 kills on the board. The Gold Fury is dead, and it might be a downward slope here.
It very well could be. I mean, looking at experience alone, 11,000 difference. Yeah, this is not looking good. Look at how much of a force Nemesis is, though. 10,000 player damage right now. She has no universal presence at all. It's all dash and slicing and dicing.
Well, I mean, you look at her itemization, right? She's got the Jotuns, she's got the Balanced Blade going into Chins very shortly, and that's going to make her even more powerful. All top 5 members of the gold per minute is going to be on the side of Snipe, so Dignitas really reeling from that last loss, and now going to the second game. This is the first game Snipe has played today. They're coming out fresh. That also plays into it. And some players don't really take in the factor of if you play a game and then your second game is coming off of a loss, it's hard to really kind of keep your morale high.
Oh, no, it's super hard. That's one of the toughest things is being a professional player is keeping your head in the game. And I gotta say, the Divine Ruin on Giannis really makes the baby not nearly as potent as he normally is.
It really does. You look at the atomization. Kiki has Heavenly Agility and Weakening Curse because reasons. And those reasons are increasing movement speed, big gain in healing, plus, of course, the slow, and, of course, the fact that it's going to stop all healing from Ra and from Vamana when he's up in the air. Even life steal from Thanatos. I mean, he throws a Death Scythe while Weakening Curse is active. It's going to do nothing.
Speaking of Thanatos, the player damage here all the way at the bottom, only ahead of Bacchus. 4,500. This is when he's strongest. That is no bueno.
It's not. It's not looking good. But they still have a chance. Look at the vision. You can see 12 wards placed down by Dare to Care. That's a good way for them to get back into the game. It's just put vision all over the map, and they've got a lot on the ground. 11 coming out from Incon, though, so it's not really a huge separation, but it's going to be enough for them to kind of look for something. Structure damage is pretty limited. Now, they got to look for Apollo to start split pushing. They have to be ready for it, and if they are, they might start taking some objectives.
And it looks like they're going to go ahead and rotate over here. They saw that Lassus was coming through. Jerby going to miss that ultimate. And they're going to be basically diving behind Tier 1 in between those. So they're going to go ahead and rotate out. Surprised mid tower is still up, in all honesty. Jerby barely missing that, but he is able to connect with the Unstable Vortex. But it doesn't matter. Na's going to be able to heal all the way up because that's what Raws do.
Well, here comes a rotation. Shockwave to poke. Looking for the tower. Tower's weak at this point. They can probably just take it down with Jerby's auto attacks. Lassus is here. Incon and Weekend sitting back. We see the right lane dropping low as well as Kiki gets over there and starts to really put some pressure into Shing.
And I think Weekend's just really starting to. He wants to bait them out, and he's like, you know what, this isn't working. I'm just getting out of here. So, will we see Kiki actually be able to do enough to the Shing? He might as well give it up. They don't really have kill potential at all, but there's no point in fighting over this turret.
Movement speed is going to be dropping down here to Weekend. Right side of fight, break it down as the poke comes through. Shing looking for the follow-up, but can't fight. I mean, the heals
they can't
that
fight.
Kiki has, it's just too much regeneration. Gold Fury is standing, though, so it looks like both teams are in place in a 3v3 format.
Oh, my sweet child of mine, as Weekend just destroys Bacchus. Wasted no time there, just takes him off the map. This could very well be a Gold Fury here, as that's the only hand available.
That Death Scythe, just as a parting gift in the mid lane, Kiki's going to join up and knock them both back with birds. Not as a bird, though, so he's not deterred on that one. Kiki forced away. Agility, Gab shield. There goes the damage. Damage coming out from Zatman. Can he go for the ultimate? Will he go for the ultimate? I imagine he would at this point. Gonna be back away. Running forward. There's the portal on the ground. Follow up from Weekend. Look for the kill. Can't find it. Thanatos is up. Zatman is gonna be forced away. There's the shot. Misses it. Look at the third. Can't hit it either. And Lassus goes back in the fight.
Well, here comes Nam, misses the Searing Pain. Lassus in the fight, like you said. Lassus down he goes. Shing trying to get it started here. Colossal Fury trying to just single out Jerby. Jerby just able to stay alive. Look at the heal from Aphrodite doing so well. Na comes in on the flip side. Jerby's going to rotate Unstable Vortex in just a matter of seconds. He kills him with an auto attack. Jerby is unstoppable, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to turn around Allied. He's going to be working with him. Incon as well. Dare to Care is in a bad spot. Down he goes eventually as well. Meanwhile, Allied in a one-on-one with Zatman. Zatman, you better stay alive, buddy.
He's looking to fight and don't know why. He could still keep running, but he thinks he's
actually
come around.
strafing really well.
He's just out of it. I mean, that gave enough time for Week to come from behind, take him down. That's going to be a deicide there for Snipe.
And they lost the second one.
A single person in that engagement, and that's going to be Aphrodite, the first person, actually the third person on Snipe to die so far. I mean, it's been really tough, and you look at the time spent dead right now. It's going to be all Thanatos. It's just a lot of time in the death. A lot of other four there, of course, but
he's almost been dead for 3 minutes, bro.
Yeah, it's out of 21 minutes. That's the 7th of the entire game time spent dead, and the only player they're able to consistently kill is Kiki on Aphrodite. But they put so much effort in taking her down with the immunity, the heal, the knockback, the slow, the stun, that when it's all said and done, they don't have anything left to finish the team fight with.
Yeah, so eyes on the Fire Giant here. This should be the next huge engagement, but really the story here is that Dig honestly cannot fight Snipe. They have to find a pick. They are 15,000 experience down, and Lassus is going to get caught. Oh, he's going to be able to go to the skies. Will he be able to survive? He is going to, as we are going to see Weekend chase down Shing. He doesn't care at all about this tower. He's going to go up, hit it once, twice, and now it's time to focus Shing.
Yeah, Shing's trying to get away here. Incon forcing out, knocked forward his ally. They're all here.
Look at him.
Shing goes big baby, trying to get on out. Still taking a lot of damage here. Raw heal gonna be on the ground, gonna do a lot of damage. AoE, Zatman still raining down from above with Astral Barrage. They're backpedaling to their tower because what else can they really do?
They can't do anything. They're just gonna kind of just push back here just a little bit. This is a 5-on-5. If they get one pick, this is gonna be big. Now, Allied does not have Across the Sky either. Oh, beautiful Blink Cataclysm. No follow-up, though, from the team. They kind of weren't ready for that.
No.
Incon was a perfect Blink Cataclysm as well. Allied's in a lot of trouble. He's losing that boxing match. Very bad versus that man.
Well, you can see it forced out 2 beads and then forced them to disengage entirely. Weekend Curse is on cooldown as well. Weekend's going to go solo. The movement speed off while Shing goes in. This could be a poor choice as it looks like Teamfight may be breaking out here shortly. Going to pick up that movement speed buff and drop it on the ground. Sprint coming through here, trying to get back to the fight. Will he be able to get there in time is the question. Jericho's jumping in, knocking up Incon. Incon's going to fall here. The portal on the ground will force Jericho to take some damage here. Looking for Zatman is Weekend. Weekend looking for the follow-up. Knocked him in the air. Yunus ultimate going to come through and hit no one there. Damage on Zatman will take him down. Rampage for Weekend. Now on top of Nah. Weekend dropping low. Portal on the ground as well. Shing will find the Weekend. Shing falling down here as well. There's the burst. There's the damage. Dare to Care is daring to belly flop, but Allied will slaughter him for a triple kill.
That is the third deicide this game. Before 25 minutes, this is going to be a Fire Giant guaranteed. No questions asked. They don't need to worry about having a hand 3 because the entire other team is dead. And that is the beauty of winning team fights and being almost 20,000 experience ahead. Dignitas really needs to find a way to handle this experience difference, because that's a big problem if it's in every single one of their previous games.
It really is. And you can see 13 KDA for Weekend right now. Jerby's sitting 14 KDA. They're on the top charts, and for good reason. They're able to control this map effectively, and I think that Dignitas really hasn't had a plan going into many of these fights. A lot of times it comes down to, it's like a 1-for-5 trade, right? That last one was a 2-for-5 trade. These are not even engagements, and they really have to think about, what do we have at disposal and how can we best use it, instead of, hey, get that guy, which seems to be the strategy they've been doing so far. And they're like, let's kill Kiki, let's kill Incon. And every single time you initiate on a tanky character like Aphrodite or Geb, you're basically opening yourself to a lot of flank recovery and a lot of turnaround potential from Snipe.
And not to be that guy, but you got to think that Hunbats would fit this team synergy just so much more. You have to, right? You got the Fear No Evil. You have the escapes. Lasses wouldn't be getting caught. He'd be a little bit tankier. I think it was the wrong call at the picking stage. I really would do.
Yeah, Thanatos not really bringing anything to the fore here. If you check out the damage numbers, Thanatos sitting at 9,000. Actually, Geb has done more damage than Thanatos at this point in the game.
Well, that's Cataclysm for you.
And you look at the GPM as well. Thanatos at the lowest mark, 304, behind Bacchus, actually. And so nothing really about Thanatos has been successful this match.
No, nothing. But here comes the assault here from Snipe. Very well could be the final push here. Dare to Care is going to jump in. They have to be careful here. They don't want to take too much damage from the Phoenix. They are going to get a little bit of split pushing going. Zapman's going to be up top, which is going to be with Allied. In the middle, though, Weekend's going to get a little bit caught. He's going to be drunk. He's going to wobble out of this one. Wait for the Intoxicate to wear off. Look how long it lasts. It's insane.
Time.
And now Weekend's just going to try to get in this position. And if anyone overextends, this is going to be a real problem for them.
It really is. And what you're looking at right now is a really tough situation. When you're in this, every single mistake that you make compounds on itself. And
yeah,
you're looking at Snipe, and they're being cautious. They're sitting forward. They have 3 in the mid lane, 2 in the left, split pushing effectively, getting the pokes they can, but they have a lot of healing potential. There goes a Soul Reaver proc from Jerby, and it puts Shing in a bad spot.
And they're just waiting. They have no problem keeping this pressure.
Weekend going, Zapman drop in. There goes the damage. He's going to dash away, but Zapman's got no HP.
Yep, and Zapman's going to be pushed out here. Nemesis should be able to get that. Dare to Care and Incon. Incon's all up in here. Weekend's now going to be here. Weekend versus Shing. Colossal Fury's going to come out as well. So now they're going to have to be forced out just a little bit, but Dare to Care jumps straight in.
Last is going up there, looking for the dunk. Who's going to go for? Is the question going to land on 2? There goes the kill on Nah. Weekend still alive somehow, some way. Aphrodite Ultimate's too strong. Allied is unstoppable, and so is this push. Dignitas, they didn't get a single kill, and they traded 2 for nothing. Damage on Last. Last hits the ward, actually hits the wood with that scythe. Hitting nothing, and they're going to move over to the mid lane, and everyone is almost healed back up on the side of Snipe.
11,000 healing so far for Aphrodite as it continues to ensue. And this is not looking good. Lasses and Shing have to work together here. They have to kill this entire team, or else they will be rewarded with the 4th seed, or should I say punished with the 4th seed here. And that's going to do it. Snipe is going to clinch the 3rd spot in North America. Dignitas will be number 4.
Number 4. So, Snipe, after all their arduous journeys, found their way to 3rd place at the end of the SPL. And that is a story to write home about. I mean, they earned this.
They did. And the crazy thing is last week, this was a different team.
It was.
Last week, we didn't have Jerby in the mid lane. We had Incon in the mid lane. So, without further ado, we actually have a lot of Jerby replays, so let's go ahead and take a look.
Look at this portal. Through the wall he goes. Now coming on out. Look for the follow-up. But look at the damage he's able to deal. And he's being very cautious, right? Using that threshold. Being sure to step over it as often as he possibly can. Putting the portals on the ground. But, he's always standing behind someone. He effectively became the artillery of Snipe by positioning himself properly. Rampage coming out for Jerby there as they try to go for the heal will come through. Heal coming out of the stun,
baby.
and that's going to be it.
It's so funny when you see the baby. This portal is just perfect. It cuts him off, and he's able to hit another unstable vortex there. Just brilliant plays. And now he's like, okay, the baby's not big anymore? All right, I'm back, guys.
Well, it's also like the use of the Greater Purification to cut the cooldowns, right? He's like, all right, I'm going to put a portal on the ground. If you want to go to the tower, you're fine, but you have to walk around my portal, which allowed him to use the unstable vortex again, get the burst damage. He bought a Soul Reaver so that he knew that anytime he hit anyone with anything, He's going to drop their HP, and that's really what it came down to. You look at the damage numbers here. Jerpy dropping 16,000. That's going to be, looks like, the third highest in the game behind Weekend and Allied, but Weekend did a great job too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a look at the final standings here. Whew. As SPL is finally concluded. On the North American side of things, Cognitive Red is your number 1, Cognitive Prime number 2, and both of these two teams have looked so good this entire season, Dry Bear.
They really have. I mean, you're looking at it and you're thinking 14-6 for Exposed Secrets versus the 17-3 for Cognitive Red, first place seeds. Comparing the two, second place, 14-6 for Cognitive Prime, 12-8 for Mortality Esports. Now, we did, of course, see the tiebreaker between Mortality and Team Solo Mid. Team Solo Mid wasn't able to grab that one, so Mortality secured their slot. You're looking at Snipe versus Dig tied up as well, and Snipe takes that one, so they will be moving up into third place. And then Dig, Fat Chunks, and Thirst there on the bottom 3. Again, we have Cloud9 and SK tied for 4th, but of course there's no breaker there, and C9 will be holding that one. Coast at the bottom, 4-16.
Man. Team Coast is going to be going up against Agilitas. Potato Boys will be taking on Team SK.
Yep.
These are going to be really good matchups coming in next weekend for the wildcard games.
It really will, and I think there's a lot of competition in both regions. And I think that if you're a Smite Esports fan, your goal, your job over the next 2 weeks is watch every second of the wildcards, because that's going to tell you what's going to happen at the regional championship and what teams that are coming out of it, because they're very possible that Challenger Cup teams that you may or may not be watching that come out are going to be brand new. You have to really make sure that you understand what they're made of.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude our broadcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you stick around, though, because someone else will be streaming right after this.